Right place, right time.
He started having signs of life again.
The quick thinking by a team of 3 that saved a man from death. Where were the sirens? The answer to why they didn't go off when a tornado struck in northern Kentucky.
I never thought this could happen to us.
Giving hope, the one thing a local group is providing to help the growing number of homeless children. Miraculous timing brought an off-duty cop and his wife to the aid of a friend and fellow officer.
They saved a man who had just suffered a heart attack on a Middletown bike path.
If there's anything that you can do, you should do it.
9 on your side's Butler and Warren County reporter Jay Warren has the story you will see only on 9. Jay?
Well, even a couple of moments out here on the Great Miami Recreational Trail is relaxing, but it was life or death for a man who collapsed on the trail behind me, and peak intensity for the 3 people who tried to save him. A 911 call started it off and brought Officer Ray Ortiz, who happened to be very close by, to the scene.
He was laying down on the path. He was blue, unresponsive.
What Officer Ortiz would soon learn is that the man needed CPR immediately. It's this stretch of the bike trail where 66-year-old Tom Verrill probably would have died. He had just finished climbing that little hill on his bicycle and in this area suffered a massive heart attack and collapsed. But death is not how this story would end.
Checked for a pulse, wasn't breathing. Realized at that point needed to start CPR. I look to my left and I see some familiar faces.
Those familiar faces were his friend and colleague Officer John Palmer and his wife Laura. By incredible coincidence, or as the 3 believe, a divine hand, the couple just happened to be riding up to the scene.
We first thought that he had probably wrecked his bicycle, and when we got closer, we saw Officer Ortiz pull his cruiser up to where the victim was at.
It's always good when you're in a stressful situation to see someone that you know can help you. And John and I have been friends for a long time.
All 3 got to work, and it was Laura, a nurse, who was the first to launch into chest compressions.
I just felt that everything happened at precisely the right time for that purpose, to be here with that man.
The 3 saved Verrill's life, and he was taken to Atrium Medical Center for emergency surgery.
To be able to talk to his daughter the next day and the look of gratitude and happiness on her face that her dad was still alive, you can't beat it. Can't beat that.
Now, we're told that Tom Verrill underwent a triple bypass surgery. He is now recovering. We tried to connect with the family today, but we're unable to. They've understandably gone through a lot. Jay Warren, 9 on your side, Middletown.
Great story there, Jay. Thanks for that report. So the question, what would you do in that situation? Right now, WCPO.com, we've got a video from the American Heart Association on the proper method of performing CPR.
Is Cincinnati's busiest police district becoming too big to handle? Discussion has opened into splitting up District 3. District 3 consists of West Side communities like Price Hill, Sailor Park, Westwood, and South Fairmount. The reasoning behind a possible split, District 3 leads the city in serious crime, calls for service, and has the longest response times. A team has been assembled to discuss the matter. You can see Kareem El-Ghazar's article right now on WCPO.com on how complicated it would be to split the district.
Police say tonight they need your help to find this man, 22-year-old Fonte Williams. He's charged with Monday's murder downtown. We wondered if that crime is changing the perception of safety in the Center City.
I feel as safe in one place as another. I just keep track of what's going on around me.
So, what new tactics are police rolling out right now to keep you safe through the summer? 9 on your side reporter Tom McKee's been digging into that, and he's live now with what the plans are. Tom?
Well, Clyde, Cincinnati's police chief warned us weeks ago that the 100 days of summer were fast approaching, and that's when crime typically peaks. He was right. 1 homicide, 3 shootings in just 2 days here in the Pyatt Park area. Now tonight, a full court press is underway to reverse that trend, stop it in its tracks.
Mohammed Mahmood is a worried man these days. He runs the Variety Market just steps from Pyatt Park.
I will stay in business as long as it's safe, but if not safe, I'm not going to stay.
Mahmoud's concern is Monday's murder near the park and Tuesday's shooting of 3 others in the same area.
We need more police and this at the place, and more camera and more security. That means bring business to Cincinnati people. We don't want to lose business in Cincinnati because this is our town.
That message was heard loudly and clearly by Cincinnati's police chief, Jeffrey Blackwell.
Not only is crime paralyzing, but the fear of crime is equally as paralyzing to people. And it causes people to not do things that they ordinarily would do, and that is enjoy our great city.
Change is already in the air. More police are on foot in Pyatt Park. Motorcycle officers are assigned to downtown duty.
We're going to have citizens on patrol. We're going to have our quality of life officers be reassigned and handle some of the more high-profile areas in the city.
Chief Blackwell pointed to crime data that the recent events are isolated. The number of shootings year-to-date citywide is down 20%. The number of homicides year-to-date is the same as 2013.
Downtown is very safe. Over the Rhine is very safe. Cincinnati is very safe.
On Fountain Square, the lunchtime crowd wasn't letting the gunplay 3 blocks away spoil their day.
It really doesn't make me feel uncomfortable. I live in a very small town, and we have crime there too.
I still feel safe because that's a beef between 2 people that know each other.
Now, all these changes are going to be in place well into the fall. Reds games, major events, even through Oktoberfest. Tom McKee, 9 on your side, live downtown.
Thank you, Tom. A tornado. That is what the National Weather Service determined hit parts of Gallatin County on Monday night. We've been closely following this from both the air and the ground, but many are questioning why the tornado sirens never went off. 9 on your side's Tony Moronis explains.
The cleanup from the storm continues here in Warsaw and Gallatin County. And this morning, the National Weather Service confirmed it was a tornado that touched down west of town.
In a matter of seconds.
Pop, pop, pop.
Gallatin County residents couldn't believe the storm snuck up on them.
It just started raining and all of a sudden it was like,
Boom.
bam, boom.
The tree hit the house.
Come right back this way like whoosh. I was like, oh my goodness.
Tornado sirens didn't sound because the National Weather Service didn't even know it happened.
Oh, I was scared. I thought the house, I was like, the house, the trees are coming.
In all, the most damaging part of the storm lasted a few minutes. That's why the National Weather Service in Wilmington said it gave no warning. The tornado dropped from the sky, hit the marina, and lifted. The straight line winds lasted moments. The Weather Service says the twister never showed up on its radar.
All we knew that we was under severe thunderstorm warning.
Gallatin County Sheriff Josh Neal explained it's important to stay cautious when these warnings are given. Always be aware of your surroundings.
We noticed that the wind started picking up, the rain picked up, and then all of a sudden the rain started coming in as sheets. I said this is a little more serious than a thunderstorm.
The bottom line is to be aware of your surroundings, whether it's a slight risk for severe weather or a tornado warning. The fact is that the weather can change in a second and the radar may not even pick it up. Tony Moronis, 9 on your side, Warsaw.
All right, thank you, Tony. Helping the city's homeless kids prepare for the real world.
We need to keep consistent because it's been the only one constant thing they've had.
Coming up, the struggles one family faced and how a local group is lending a hand.
Where are the jobs? Despite Fidelity cutting them, the 2 areas where jobs are growing in northern Kentucky.
And I'm Ken Brew at Great American Ballpark, where the Reds are surging. All of that coming up next when 9 on your side continues in just a moment.